signal speeds and stuff like that. So you can go with the 9-footer, but most people tend to go with something that's too light and don't give it enough backbone to support what the reel can do. So that's the beautiful thing about those. Those have good backbone, good play with them and stuff like that. So those will be a great one. Now, again, I don't have anything on hand that I can tell you in the 9-foot. I do have 10-footers, but the MXLs would probably be your best bet to go on one of those 10-footers. But yes, the 4 on that side, yeah. But I would stay away from the pink one because that one's that's a heavy, and you don't need it for the reels that you're doing. Okay. So this one, this light one, this one, and this one.
How much is that first one?
This one, $750. Yeah. Then these two are the same price. This one's $850 because it's we had to use heavier guides on it, a lot more thread, and he put some more work into it too. So
all single piece?
They're all single piece, yes. Even the 9-footers will be single piece, unless you want 2-piece. Then I can order those all day long.
Okay.
Except right now, nobody really orders the 2-piece rods, so I don't carry a whole big selection of them. But it don't cost anything extra. You know what I mean? Just I already have the prices there. Like, why am I going to charge you just because I don't carry it? You know what I mean? A lot of shops will do that. They will do a special order for it and stuff like that. And me, since I've already carried them, it's not a special order.
These are the ones you use on your videos and put them on?
Yes, yeah, those are all the rods that I use on my videos. That's where I'm able to.
That's those Harringtons?
Yes. Yeah, those are Harringtons and Hernandez up there. I've got 552s, 553s.
All I think is
42s up there.
What's those numbers?
Okay, it's the different weight class.
Oh, okay. Okay. This one, I'm going to put this one on there.
Okay. Well, we'll start with that one, just because everybody pretty much sees us do with the tight line braid, but yeah, tackle. That's one of them. And see, and it's crazy is because they actually commented on our channel, and I was trying to get a dialect going with them so that way we can test their braid because, like, I'm sorry, everybody can tell me what they want to tell me, but when I put my name on it, yeah,
That's the, yeah. And that.
well, here's my phone. Yes, please. All right, what's up, guys? It's Team Hard Life Captain Albert Sanfucci, and we got quite a bit of reels that we're going to get spooled up. Just waiting for my YouTube channel to pull up on my phone so I can see what y'all are doing. But yes, we're going to start out with the reaction tackle on this SX. And, oh, yeah. And I was trying to go live earlier, but I just had a lot of pressing things that I had to get done that involved emails and not really fun stuff. All right, so we got John Hustle. What's up, guys? Then go farther up on the video feed real quick. Give me a second. We got Morris 6, Homer. What up, guys? This is an SX, yes. We're going to be spooling it up with the Reaction Tackle 16 strand 50-pound test. And it's got 1,000 yards of line on there, but I doubt that is all going to fit on there. But let's see if the spool will fit on my deal. It looks like it will. Yes, it does. The only bad thing is, and I got to show this to y'all, the spool is not made, hold on, to encompass the line counter. See? I'll miss the line counter right there, and that is not good. And actually, I can't even run it like that because, yeah, it's going to mess up the line counter deal. So, are Are you concerned with the line capacity of knowing how many yards are on there? I'm gonna say yes, just because it's part of the video and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to download it to another spool in order to get the line capacity, for sure. I just want to keep all these extra spools here. So, well, it's not just finding a spacer. If I push it over, it's not gonna catch. I got to push it over far enough with the drum deal, and that screw, you can already tell, is not super strong. So I start putting any kind of weight behind it, it's going to bend that screw, and it's not going to give me a correct reading, or it's going to break off, and I can't have it damage my gear. Now, if the spacer had the ability to screw into that, but it stays super strong, then yeah, maybe I could do that. But what we can do too, after I get these reels set up, we'll start doing the winnings for the 25K giveaway. Well, not the winnings, but setting up the prizes for that event. And actually, I missed a phone call that I got to do to get one of our sponsors on here. See, even right now, you can hear the knocking that it's doing on my deal, and I don't want it to mess up my deal. So I've got to. This is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. And what I'm talking about is I'm having to hold this away so it doesn't beat up my system. Let me get this started over here. What's up, Toby? How you doing? Looks like Ray's on here as well. Morning, morning, gents. Today is a big day for Team Hard Life here at the shop. Got a lot of prizes to give away. A lot of money going out, that's for sure. And one of the things I'm already seeing too is you see all the twist in the braid right there. That's one of the other things. So, oh yeah. That is something to definitely look at. But it'd be kind of tricky on that one for sure. But there's a will, there's a way. But I do have to say, I don't really have a lot of will for it. Just do it like this, because then it's sure. Maybe when I get bigger and can afford, to invest into something crazy like that, it'll happen. Starting to see more twists in the line too. Maybe I can see it. You see how it gets flat, thin, flat, thin? Yeah. A lot of twists in the line. Yep. What's up, David? How you doing? a bit of twist. That's probably gonna be something that I'm gonna run into for sure. Winds every time they open up the back door, there's so much wind force that it's pushing the front door. So yeah. And even though I'm live, feel free to keep asking your questions. Um, that's something that, you know, you may ask a question that somebody hasn't asked yet and be like, oh, yeah, I've been wanting to ask that or something, you know? So.
What size weights y'all use out here?
Yes. We use weights, but everybody uses, um, for like casting, it all depends on wind situation, no wind, high wind, little wind. Also, too, if they're fishing in the bays where they don't need a weight, or they fishing in a deep channel where they need a surf weight. So, yeah, that there's so many answers to that question right there. All right. So we got 16 strand, 50-pound test of reaction tackle, and I really wish they would have, you know, stuck, you know, to giving us a chance, or sending us some gear so that way we can test out their stuff. But they never follow through, so can't help them there. Let's see. Nope, wrong one. Nope. All right, back over here. Let's see. Yeah, no, you're sure right on that, Homer. They never do. The last ones I had to do it manually by hand and hold the spool just so I can get it to get unloaded. Yeah, definitely. But we're gonna do this, and this will be a good addition to our spooling library. It is hollow core, so it should be pretty interesting. See how well it splices. I think I've done some of their hollow core before. Not too sure. I've kind of had my coffee, but I didn't at the same time. Like, it hasn't taken effect yet, so I'm still. Yeah. It opens up really good. Okay, like that.
You sell those needles too?
Yes, we do. I have them. They're not out. I don't keep those out because those will disappear in a heartbeat. Like, basically, I got like 80 of them, and they fit in a little small container like that. So yeah.
All different needles for different.
Actually, I only carry two sizes. I got a light and a heavy, and even right now, I'm using a heavy on this one. Uh, the only time I do the light is when I'm doing them with like 20-pound tests or 30, maybe 40. But for the most part, if it's a good braid, it'll open up for the large needle, no worries. So as you can tell, it's catching here, so we are good to go. Okay. What's up, David? How you doing? So when are you gonna come by and collect your winnings, David? Well, we got your reel here. We could have the rod if you wanted that one. If not, we got one coming on the way. So, but the reel is ready. We got yours and DJ Bart's, but DJ Bart's also waiting on another rod to come in. So should have rod, reel, and line for everybody here really quick. Been a lot of winnings going out, so which is good. It's good. Growth, 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 growth. All right. Sunfish, how you doing? Yes. And all that twist got pushed down here toward the back end. You can see it all right there. And see if it'll clear up. Give me a second, Jaime. Remind me when I'm done spooling over here on that. I don't have the price sheet with me. It does feel nice. But yeah, you can see all the twists in the lines. Oh, well, I know a lot of the guys are going to fish in the jetties or the inner bays. The surf might be a little bit too crazy unless you're going to like Caldwell Pier, then you can fish out there if you're willing to put up with the wind. But I will tell you this, the wind will wear you out, just like standing out in the sun all day. The wind will take its toll on you. So if you can find a spot where you can put the wind to your back, then it won't be as bad. Mm. And all of these, we are setting up for casting, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So, and actually, here is, that's 200 yards of 50 right there, and we still got plenty of room. We got some of the coloring coming off kind of deal. We're just doing strictly 50 on these. You don't want to put a heavier top shot?
No, just 50.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Deep sea slash shore slash trolling until I can get afford to get another one to kind of specialize them. And I was looking at the tightline braid, and I was wondering what your advice would be on braid and top shot, just braid. What is your recommendation on that?
Okay, so the key word you said you're going to be offshore fishing with this, correct?
Yeah. It'll be offshore. It'll be from the shore. It's kind of an all around. Like I said, until I can afford to get another one, that kind of make them more specialized.
Okay, well, once you throw offshore in the mix, you're going to have to use monofilament top shots, especially if you're trolling. If you are trolling, you got to use mono.
For the
Yes.
stretch.
Yeah. Well, no, not for the stretch, for the backbone, because what ends up happening when you troll braid, it has zero backbone. Like it's really soft and it'll twist it, and it'll be a twisted mess kind of deal.
Okay.
Whereas mono, it'll still twist, but it won't be as bad. So if you're doing a 30, I would recommend like an 80-pound, 60, 80, or 100-pound monofilament top shot. But once you throw on monofilament on there, you're going to lose anywhere from a ratio of 3 to 1 or 5 to 1 in yardage.
Okay.
So
Right. Okay.
okay.
That was kind of the information I'm trying to figure out is, do I do 600 yards of, say, 100 and then, a couple hundred yards, or would you recommend more than 100 yards of mono?
No, at minimum 100 yards, especially if you're trolling, because you are still going to have some break-off cutoffs, and you don't want to be,
Sure.
you don't want to just limit it to that one-shot deal where you break that off, then you don't want to use the reel. So, trolling 30, 40, 50 yards out, and then you break off some, then you still can keep fishing the reel.
Yeah, okay. If I were to send that to you guys, would you recommend 80 braid just to get a little bit more line on, and then like a 100 top shot?
Yeah.
What's your...
Yeah, 8. Well, if you drop down to 80, you're definitely going to get a lot more line capacity, especially on the 30. And the tight line braid has one of the best line capacity numbers that we've seen. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning toward. I've been watching your videos for a couple of years.
Awesome. Well, I do appreciate that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, if I were to send that to you to do, because I've never tied hollow core before, and so I'd like to be sure it's done right the first time. What kind of turnaround time do you think y'all looking at? And I'm not looking for like next day or anything, so I'm
Well,
not anywhere until probably mid-June.
oh yeah, you'll have way plenty of time. Normally, I just pulled up, was it 6 or 7 reels last night? No, actually, it was 8 or 9 reels last night, and now it's time to get them boxed up to get them shipped out. I'm trying to get them out today. If not, it will be on Monday when they go out. But yeah, no, reels that big don't take very long to get done. And right now, I just brought in like I'm probably sitting there on about 50,000 yards of braid, so we're good.
Yeah, a few yards. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, I might do that. What is that approximate price range? What do you think?
And you said on a 30?
Yeah, 30 wide.
So you're looking at 21 cents a yard for the 80 pound or 100 pound. So even if we do say 1,000, and you only said 600 yards, if we do say 800 yards of 80 at 21 cents a yard.
Okay, and then those will give me 150 or so yards of top shot.
And what I can do to ensure you get that is I'll spool on the mono first, get the 150, 200 yards, however much you want, and then I'll splice into the braid and take it up to the capacity you want, because that's the other thing too. Some guys that are getting in it aren't real sure their abilities on reeling the line in, so we don't completely fill it up. Like, we leave a good gap in there, so that way it will ensure that if they ball up the reel, they don't like ball it up too much where they can't continue reeling.
Yeah. Fortunately, I do have 1, 2, 3 other habits, so I'm fairly used to.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm as good as you guys, but I'm better than probably your average guy.
Okay. Well,
I definitely wouldn't want full capacity for that mistake that you make sometimes. So.
Okay, so when you ship it in, make sure to include your cell phone number and what you're looking to do, because obviously by the time I get done talking with you, I'll probably talk to about 20 or 30 more people about a 30. So this will ensure that it, and what I've been trying to do lately too, anybody who ships in a reel, I'm trying to go live, so that way if they have any questions, comments, concerns, they can ask me in real time while I'm spooling it up. So.
Okay. Yeah, and I was gonna say if you needed to use it for a video, that'd be fine too. I wouldn't mind to help educate others, because I'm telling you, your videos are helpful. So I do appreciate that. I don't mind helping others. So
Awesome.
That's great. Okay. I've got your address off your little Facebook page. I think it is, and I'll get that sent in to you with a note. Should I probably insure that for?
Yes.
700, you think?
Oh, wait. Well, okay. On the way over here, just cover it for the reel, because you're not sending the line. But when we send it back, if you send a return label, be sure to include the amount of the line, which put it for like $300. I mean, it's way overkill, but I'd rather be overkill than undershoot it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, I do appreciate it. I'll get that sent in to you. I'm going fishing this weekend, so probably Monday or Tuesday I'll get that sent off to you.
No worries, boss. We'll get it sorted.
I appreciate it, sir.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So real quick, while I went to grab the phone, I grabbed the price listing to answer Jaime's question on. You asked for a 30, right? Let's see, where is it? A 30 EX 3-speed. You're looking at $598.99, boss. So, all right, got that. Cool. Now, yep. And actually, I saw your comment about the return label there, Jaime. That's why I suggested to him. So, okay. So, real quick, the reason I was asking about a top shot is because that is going to take the abrasion from casting out, throwing big weight, coming up against the jetties, beach, rocks, and it's highly recommended. Okay. So I would do at least an 80-pound top shot, and it's all in braid, so you're not going to lose a crazy amount of line capacity by going that. And at least 100 yards, at least. So from here, you're at 220. I would splice into the 80-pound now, so that way it gives you multiple break-offs, you know, to keep fishing and stuff like that.
Go for it.
Okay. All right. So we're at 220 yards right now of the reaction tackle. We're going to cut this. And then the beautiful thing too, since it is hollow core, take the rest with you. And then when you need to refill up some more line, you can do that. Or if you, like I said, if you want to leave it so I can do some spooling videos, I'll jump all over that. But that's a lot of line still. So that's why it's like,
If you want to pull some off or whatever, or, you know, I'm gonna test it out this weekend.
Yeah.
And I got another what is it? Unlimited show
mhm.
back home. One of those camouflage ones.
Oh, nice.
So I might bring it back. I come back in.
We'll put it on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. And actually, on these, are you doing all of these like specific toward the reels, or did you bring in like the red so we could put in like a inner core so that way when you're fighting a fish and you're getting down to the last a little bit, it's a warning shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you think? All these we could put top shots on them.
Yes.
Okay. If we could go with the red one with the blue, orange.
Okay, so let me grab that reel. So
What was it? The silver. I think it looked good on with that red one.
the red.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then the other one, and then just put whatever. That way I know if it's 100 of the top shot, I know what.
Okay. Okay.
That's what you were asking me. Remember?
Well, no, the interbait. Like when I first start out the spool.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so that way if you have a big fish and you're running down low, you're like, how much line do I got? You hit that marker, okay, I got 50 yards or I got 100 yards left over. And it don't have to be red. I just saw the red and I saw the different colors. Well, I thought maybe you were doing that, but they're all the same weight class. So if you still want like the blue on here, what I could do is I could put like 50 of the red on there, and then for even the red, I could put some orange on the back. So that way it changes that. Yes, sir. Okay, cool. The only one that I didn't do it on was this one. So. All right, so in 80 pounds, I have, I got pink, I got orange, I got red, and there's pink, orange, red, white.
Put the red.
Red on that. Okay. Cool deals. All right, so we're going to splice in with 80 pound of the tight line on top.
How those Matt Cats rods?
Uh,
Not really. More catfishing.
It's more catfishing, river fishing, you know, stuff where you really don't have to hit yardage. Fishing in the Gulf for me, even on the boat, I'm working on a video right now. It'll show that, you know, I'm casting away from the boat because the guys that were fishing near the boat, they were getting multiple tangles. So I was trying to get my line, get away from everybody and stuff like that. And I was still able to hook the fish I was kind of looking for and stuff. But yeah.
Other acquisitions are for sale too?
Yes, the ones on the top shelf are for sale. Yes.
Top in the bottom or?
Let me. Okay, as long as they don't have a white paper underneath it, that means those three are sold. So it's just everything on the top shelf.
I'll take while we get that blue step right.
I think so. Plus. What's up, William? How you doing? Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to splice in the reaction tackle into the tight line here. Got that. Now, it's a pretty color, though. That's for sure. And they're very smooth. I didn't find any other blemishes. And then the color coating coming off, it wasn't sticky, which is good. Don't really like it when it's like that. Well, that means it's gonna stain your gear and stay on it a long period of time, and we don't like that.
So just the twist, that's what you found.
That was the only thing that I found. And the deal, you understand why I call out the twist?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I was learning too that with the 16 strand, that it don't sit as flat as 12 strand does. That was one of the things that we learned over here at Tightline Braid, and the theory is really sound on that, because if you think about it, the more strands that are in there, it's going to be harder for it to lay down. And when he said that, I was like, wow, that was a big deal, because when you're always trying to find out which braids to put on there for line capacity, and then you hear that, it's like, okay. So a lot of people were thinking that the 16 strand will end up being stronger and stuff like that, but that could be also the reason why you're not getting such great line capacity. Yeah. And it's not because it.
More rounder, more.
Yes. The carriers, basically, when they come together, they don't allow it to be a total. You may have say a 5% gappage. When they come tight, there's still a small area that, and you can totally understand that when you're grouping a whole bunch of lines together and stuff like that. Oh, dang it! It will leave a gap in the middle and stuff like that. So I can totally understand that.
So pretty easy when you cut that frickin' fish.
The tiger?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you mean? What was I using? Like line or
No bait?
bait? Cano stingray. And actually, when I caught that big tiger, my buddy Jeremy, he's the one who actually hooked me up with the bait. 'Cause I didn't have any bait. He's like, dude, I got you. Just come fishing. Like he's like, just come fishing. I was like, well, I gotta load the kayak. Don't worry about the kayak. I already got the kayak. Like I'll yak bait for you. So he gave me the bait, yacked out the bait, and it was bad. Like it was crazy surf. And he went out there on a little yak board, yacked out the bait, and then he was like, man, I can't do no more. I said, hey, bro, I got one bait in the water. Like, dude, I was just trying to get him out of the water too. So he did that, and but he had to go to work. And then a couple hours later, I texted him. I was like, hey, bro, I said, I'm hooked up, man. And he's like, damn, bro, I can't go out there. And so, but no, I'll never forget that, man. He hooked me up with the bait and then kayaked the bait for me on that one. So pretty epic, man. Really, really epic. All right, let's see.
What other baits y'all use?
For shark?
Yeah.
I'll use any bait I can legally. As long as it's a legal bait, I will use it. I've used eagle rays, devil rays, southern stingray, Atlantic, sand trout, whiting, black drum, flounder, sheephead. Those are all non-game fish. Yeah, as long as it's a non-game fish, I can use it. I've used snapper, blackfin tuna, yellowfin tuna, barracuda, amberjack. Those are non-game fish. So they still have the legal limits of what you can keep, how big, and stuff like that, or seasons. As long as they are within season and within that bag limit, then you are good to go. So yeah.
What about carp?
Carp, I've used carp as well. Yeah.
You need one?
I will never say no to carp, because we also use them for alligator gar fishing.
I got some here.
Woo! Yeah, I won't say no to some fresh carp. Were you out there? Were you about to go gar fishing, or you just got back, or?
Well, since I'm up and down, fish more catfish, carp,
Uh huh. How big were they?
Man, one was about this big.
Jeez.
Smaller. I'll give you the bigger one if you want that.
Oh yeah! Don't tease me.
We were gonna use it. Some friend of mine's not that it's old, so he just told me late last night. I'm like, well, I can't keep it over there, so.
Sure, I will take it in a heartbeat. Awesome, yeah.
I'll give it
Well, I need to talk to you, because I want to catch carp like on a regular. Normally, right now we catch them by chance because we're using corn or we'll use some worms. Normally, I end up hitting Gasper goo, and every now and then I'll hit a carp. but I haven't been able to hit carp and carp and carp. Like I want to hit carp, so I can have bait for alligator gar and stuff like that.
I've been using, what is it, that crib style corn mixed in with cornmeal or maseca flour, the corn flour.
Yeah.
Mix it up in there with Jello.
Yeah.
A little bit of vanilla, and then make another batch with cinnamon.
Oh, nice.
And
so you hit on both, and you haven't found one like specific flavor. It's like
they just what they're hungry that day.
Yep. So all the guys throwing in like Big Red, and then when they do the Jello,
You can use that Big Red with the bread or flour dough.
They were also saying like the Jello too, like it's a red flavor, like a cherry or strawberry. Yeah, yeah. I'm learning. And to be honest, my whole life I never I freshwater fished when I had to, or that was the only way to go fishing. But I fished to fish. It really wasn't like I was like excited. It was just okay. I'm going fishing. Like it was cool because I'm going fishing. But I try not to think that it was freshwater. I'm wetting a line. I'm casting a rod. Like I'm gonna get the pool. But yeah, the tug is the drug right there. So now that I've gotten older though, and have learned a lot more about freshwater fishing and what it has to offer, now I'm kind of excited. Like I'm like, dude, I'm going gar fishing, or I got a chance to catch a flathead, or like now I'm catching bigger and better quality fish compared to what I was as a kid growing up. Because obviously I didn't have nobody to teach me. Hey, this is what you use. This is what you got to do. And I guess that's part of the excitement is like now I have some knowledge to be able to go out there and tackle these monsters and stuff like that. So,
I hooked one about 2 weeks ago. It was just chicken and strawberry, Jello, and breadcrumbs. And we got them close and broke the line off.
oh
I'm
man,
like chicken. I'm like, well, whatever is close.
right. So actually, my flathead, I was you got 285 yards on that one, on the blue one, and pretty much all the SXs, excuse me, will be in that same range, about 285, 280 yards. It'll vary on the spooling. Like if I'm reeling in and I'm spooling up, if I don't stack it correctly or it don't line up just right, then you lose a little bit of yardage. But that's typically right around where we're at and stuff like that. So yeah, buddy. But let's see. Hold on real quick. William, no, I have not. Yesterday, I was catching up on about 9 different appointments that I had to get to. Or, like I was in and out of the shop literally all day just playing catch up from being gone from the shop for a few days. And it's crazy the amount of stuff that you miss out on a few days. And, you get back, you're trying to get back onto that. Or they tell you, hey, man, we need all this, that. And so now I'm looking for materials or whatever to get to it. Dang it. So, yeah, now everybody's hearing our conversation. They're throwing in their carp menus and stuff. I love it because
It's more, more arsenal in the box.
Exactly, yes, sir. No doubt, no doubt. That's why I love the channel. The way we got it going is, everybody has tried something or another, and you never know. It may be the one that sets it off, but I am definitely game.
They're daisy clicks and then they
Yeah. Yep. And you're like me, I definitely try to have multiple games in my arsenal so that way when I'm going out there, if one thing doesn't work, I definitely have something else to fall back to or try something else out. But yeah, actually, that day I was going for tilapia and Gaspergoo on my tilapia rig, and I ended up hooking that flathead. And then not even like as soon as I landed, I threw back out. I hooked up another one, and the other one was bigger. And right, in the freshwater, how it wades in a little bit, and then it drops down like about a foot. Well, it was right in that area that he was at. He wouldn't come over the berm, and that's when he broke off or whatever. And that one, like I said, the one I landed was 39 inches. So I was like, man, and that other one's you could definitely tell there's a big weight difference. Like And so we're all sitting there, and we didn't think we were gonna hook up with like something monster like that. So if we would have had like my big landing net, we could have just scooped it up and been done. But yeah, that would have been that would have been a truly epic thing because I was recording too while I was there, so that would have been awesome. But yeah, no, definitely. And then finally, I've been trying to go after blue cat after catching that flathead. I finally got me a blue cat, and that one too, 39 inches.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
I always throw them back. I really don't care to eat fish. I only fish once in several years.
Mm-hmm.
More to shrimp and stuff, but fishing, man, I'll be this. That's what I.
There you go. No worries. All right, let's see. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up because I'm going to use Irish soap. I've heard of that, using Irish soap for catfish and stuff like that. Yeah, I've heard of that.
We used to use that old Mexican soap, Maximo.
Maximo?
Maximo or something like that. That was some good stuff that worked. But now it's all different. I've tried it a couple of years. It's not like it's changed. It's not the same.
Yeah, the formulas change up or something. Yeah. And you know it's crazy. It's like I'm finding out that on a lot of fishing tackle, and then even talking with the owner of Fishing Tackle Unlimited. You know what I mean? I honestly did not know what to expect. You know what I mean? Of talking with with Joe with the gear and stuff like that, and then I see him like opening my packages and checking through and looking at my knots and looking at all of that, and he goes, man, there's some knowledge put in here. Like he understands just looking at it, like what is entailed in making that leader, and that's what you're going to learn about us too, guys. If y'all are new to the channel, we actually fish, so we're very in tune with what's going to work and or what is going to be the proper thing or needed when building a leader. It ain't just about put some line together, put some hooks, put some beads, and say, "Oh, here's the fishing leader." There's legit knowledge behind everything we do and why we do it. Um, on this one, guys, as y'all heard me talking to our customer here, who's also one of our YouTube subscribers, I'm gonna do 50 yards of this orange, and then I'm gonna cut it out and splice into the red, and then we'll put a different top shot on there. But this is going to be his warning signal right here. Hey, I got 50 yards of line left. So, all right, got that.
How far was that trip to the tight line?
It was in Houston, which where my brother Mondo was staying at his house. It was about 30 minutes from where he lived. And then I went to Line Cutters, and that one was about an hour from where my buddy lived. So, and then I went to FTU, so that's another hour from where my buddy lives. So, like, I was really putting in the miles. So, but
that's incredible. Good that you set up there. That tight line.
Oh yeah, no, he man, I was. He made the comment of like comparing himself to the Cortland and the bigger companies that have been around for a long time, and I'm like, bro, like I remember when like your first shop when you were in there and you had a couple machines, and now to see this, dude, that's huge, like that, wow, like I walked in there and that's why I kept like showing you all the spools, like seeing what I'm seeing kind of deal. It was he's got a ton invested into that, guys, but you also see the amount of effort he is going through to make sure that when the spool line leaves his shop, there ain't without a doubt it's one of the best on the market. So, and then the colors and all of that is just, it is awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So this one's being a little bit of a pain. I'm gonna go to my smaller needle. Let's see what happens. Sometimes what happens too, when you insert a needle, it'll pull like strands tight on one end, so it makes it kind of hard. So sometimes like right there, I can kind of feel where I have inserted the needle. So I'll step back a little further and try again. And sometimes that'll work just fine. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm Oxford just looking at all this stuff here.
Oh,
Man, it's cool.
I'm the same way. Like when I was in FTU and he was taking me, to the second floor to their offices and stuff, man, I was like, look at it. I was like, man, don't mind me. I said, I'm just admiring all the fishing tackle. I said, I want to shop too, but I don't care whose shop it is. I'm always like, I gotta look. I gotta look. You can't stop me from looking at fishing tackle. So,
One thing, it's another thing here. I think, man, it's another.
mm-hmm. And you can have the exact same thing, but you're still gonna look. You're still gonna look like, yeah. Yeah, man. Man, this one is really being a pain. It is 12 strand. Okay.
Let me go get my other phone. I gotta look at my work. That one put pink for the
Top shot?
top shot.
Okay. Let me grab that before I get started. Okay. Man. Mm-hmm. Man, this one is being a pain. It don't wanna splice. For a second there, I thought I was dealing with like some solid braid, but I did. I already spliced it. I just spliced it on another row. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Mm. Okay. C. Murphy or Sean Murphy. Sorry. The reason we did large mono top shots is because we were dealing with solid braid. So we did the large mono top shots to ensure that the braid never sat on the floor because solid braid will sit on the floor and it'll get cut off pretty much instantly. So we did the large mono top shots to try to circumvent that problem. But once we started dealing with a hollow core, we were still under that same illusion that uh, man, this is uh, the braid would react the same in that sense. So it definitely was something different. How y'all doing?
My wife.
Oh, okay. I didn't I didn't catch you on the angle. How you doing? And I forgot where I was going. Wow, this is really being a pain. That's because I went to another needle, a smaller one, thinking that might help. Yeah, man. It only wants to go a little bit and then it wants to stop. Switch out needles. Oh, where's the needle? I just had it. Mm. Yeah. Right. All right. All right, there we go. Addictive of having braided lines. That makes sense when you're talking about hundreds of. Yes, sir. Yep, that it does. Now, okay, the other reason for having monofilament top shots is if you're trolling. Because here's a crazy thing is braid, as you can tell, has zero backbone. Like there's nothing there. And because of that, when you're in the water, it creates a spin. I don't know how it does. I just know it does because every time I've gone offshore fishing, if you don't have monofilament on there, you come back with this twisted up mess of braided line. Well, mono, it still does the same thing, but not as bad. And it still allows you to fish the way you want to fish. So, yeah, you definitely need monofilament for the top shot, whether it be solid or hollow core line. And yes, we added braid to the reels, to get line capacity. But we were, needing abrasion resistance. And then, um, yeah, like that's literally, I get started on that. I don't know what's going on. Like I've already spliced in one time, but it's not letting me get in more than like a eighth of an inch at a time, and then it stops me. And I know it's opening up. It's just and I'm seeing that when I catch one of the carriers, the line gets pulled off in another direction. So I stop and I backtrack. But I've never had this much trouble with tie line. I'm seriously fighting it here. Like, and I've already spooled one of the other reels with it. Like I already put 50 pound on there, and it went on just fine. Like I don't know what happened here. It's too many people. I'm under the gun. Too many people are looking. No. Oh, it's John Holiday. I'm gonna blame him. He's on the channel now. He's giving me oh. Right. Don't look at me. mm, yeah. Yeah, man. Get in there.
I have a lot of those contests, like the casting contests.
They're starting to form up a lot more. Yes, which is awesome. That's truly gonna get that sport going. By I don't know. Get in there. All right, I'm gonna cut that a little bit out. That'll be the pain. Let's see. Go on a little further. Start again. Wow, this is.
That one you used for casting that silver one, what was that?
The
The
silver.
round one, it was a round silver.
Alba Garcia? Yeah. You're talking strictly for the distance casting, correct? Yeah. Yeah, it's Alba Garcia. See, that one is strictly designed for that. Not. I won't use it for fishing.
It's tuned up for.
Yeah, it's tuned up for that, but also too, once it lands, it don't have enough line to fight a big old fish. So yeah, I'm not. Pompano reds, yeah, it'll do it all day long, but I haven't really just targeted. When I throw out a reel, I want it to be still. Yeah, I may be targeting perch, but if a black tip shark hits it, I want to be able to have a fighting chance to land it. You know what I mean? So, uh, holiday. Yeah, this is. Okay, it's going. I'm about an inch now. I got an inch. Yeah. Wow. And I do have to admit one thing though. See how tight it is on the needle? That's not normal for their 50 pound. Like normally when I put it on here, like it scrunches up. And that's got me wondering. Do I have 50 pounds? Oh, I got 50 pounds already. Okay. So that's cute. That's tight line. So you saw me go, and I don't know how long it took me to get there. But let's do this over here. Like, really? And you bought this directly from Tightline? Okay. So, and look how much it's opening up. Like it's a huge difference. I'm wondering. Let me give Jeff a call. You got a few minutes? I got. Because that's kicking my butt. Like you saw how quickly I did. Like I should already be done. Like a few seconds, and it is.
It is hollow core, right?
It is hollow core. Um,
We think it's that bad little peak right there.
I honestly don't know. The weave seems tighter, and I don't know why that is. So because I know it's done by machine, but maybe I don't know. Maybe yeah, something. Uh, it is. Yeah, it's definitely got me because you saw how fast. I mean, done. Like yeah. So, but that one, I did this one section, and then I went to another section thinking maybe I just messed up that section because if you pull one carrier tight, it can mess up an area. So I took that on me, but when I moved over to a completely different area, it's definitely something different. So okay,
Wait, but don't you switch another color this one?
huh?
Put the blue one on there. If it's something,
I don't know, to be honest. Like that, I've never had this problem with Thailand braid, and
the other one just zoomed.
yeah, it was fine on the first. Like I said, I've already worked with the braid. I already done, spliced in over here. I did, the hollow cord splice to splice, and then I even did the um,
How many years have you been doing all this stuff?
um over a decade now. Like even now, like I went to a whole new space, and it's yeah, that I don't know. I really don't know. But I already done spliced over there. It's like so I don't understand. Mm. How you doing, boss? You can go behind the counter if you need to grab any of the gear there. We just have the counter set up so the kids don't go running back there. So, all right. Okay, guys. So I just text Jeff a tight line to find out. Maybe we might have to send this one back to so he can see what it is because it is hollow. I am opening. I've already spliced it. Like, but why is it further down the road? Like I'm having a.
Going at the.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it instantly. Poof, done. Like I don't know. I don't know. And the first thing that kind of concerned me real quick was that's why I asked. You bought it direct from him?
Yeah.
Because, like Power Pro already has imitators. Label everything. And they imitated the braid. And we know this because the tackle shop got shut down a few years ago. Like they went in there and served them with the cease and desist order that they couldn't sell the braid. They pulled all the fake braid off their shelves too. They confiscated it. Yeah. So how you doing, boss? Oh, okay. How are we re-spooling it, boss? How are we gonna re-spool it?
What do you mean?
What kind of line do you want on it?
Oh, I don't know. What do you recommend? I
We-
don't like that one, that's for sure.
Oh, you don't like the mono? Is that a Shimano TLD 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't like this line.
Okay, so do you want braided line or are you looking for a different type of monofilament?
What do you recommend?
I would go with the braid. These are all my gear up on top, all those reels, and you can see all of them have braid. I don't use monofilament anymore.
Split it.
Huh?
What would it cost me to split it?
You're looking about $100 for that reel. Yeah. If we do mono, you're looking $10, maybe $15 to spool it. On the left side, they're pricey. Yeah.
I got one like that, that's why I was asking.
Mm-hmm. I've been offered
I got 12 footers like that.
anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500, depending on which rod it was. And I turned it down because I didn't need the money. But if I needed the money and they made the offer, then I would have sold it.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, I got 12 footers like that because I got them stars around it like that.
you know what the stars represent?
No.
That means that Roy from Roy's Bait and Tackle actually built that rod.
Oh, okay.
That was his signature. That was his signature for when he did a fishing rod blank. He actually had that patented. So that way, if he sold a rod, he didn't have to put his name. You just saw the star on there. You knew it was his rod. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I bought it at a pawn shop just 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I bought it with one of these reels on it.
Mm.
I paid $200 for the whole thing.
Dang. You got it with you, or is it at the house?
No, I got it at the house.
Oh.
I'm just trying to get my shit lined up. I'm gonna go fishing this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the 12 footer.
Well, here, if you want to step over here, the braid that I'm suggesting too is what they call a hollow core braid. So I can actually, so say you were down to that much line,
Yeah.
you can bring it in.
Oh, okay, switch line on it.
Well, no. I'll splice in.
Yeah, you slice into it.
Yeah.
Show you how low you're on.
Mm-hmm. But what we're doing here, we're just now spooling his reel, and I put 50 yards of that color, and then I'm switching out to another color.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. And then even then, this is 50-pound as the backing, and then I'll put 80-pound as his top shot. So that way, when he starts fighting a big old fish come near the jetties or the rocks, he's got a lot more abrasion resistance to fight that big old fish. So.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and have you fished with braids before?
No.
Okay, it's a different animal. That reel there, that Shimano TLD 15, you'll actually have to be thumbing the spool as well, which means you have to wet the line before you go cast out because you'll actually burn the braid off and break off. But with mono, you still wet the line just so you can thumb the spool and not melt your finger off. Right? Yes, sir. You and me both. For a long time, I missed my thumbprint.
Well, I know back in the day when we used to put the little leather things that just didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
We used to put like a little piece of leather hanging there.
Go look at that reel hanging up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got it. Yep. Yeah, there's something definitely wrong with that spool because look, I'm already done. I don't know. That's why I'm gonna get with Jeff, and more than likely we'll probably have to send it back to him so he can put it under his microscope because that's the other thing. My microscope is not working right now, so I can't even see it. But the one thing I did notice is that when the braid came over the needle, it didn't open up. Like it was tight against the meat. So that may be something that with maybe one of his machines is malfunctioning and it's catching it, or now we're catching it. You know what I mean? So, but it's crazy. I already spooled. Like this is a head stomper right here. So,
Can you tell me more or less by looking at that, how much?
what pound test?
Yeah. I think that line too damn big for that reel, honestly. I don't know. I just bought it like that too.
No, actually, it's all right for that reel.
Is it?
It is, but well, it ain't even filled up too much either. What weight are you throwing?
5 ounce.
Five should be all right. Have you tried going with like a 6 or something?
I think maybe if I need a bit bigger weight.
What size rod?
I got a 10 footer.
Okay. What kind?
A 10 foot, just a regular Eagle Claw.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, so on that Eagle Claw, is it real flimsy? Does it have a lot of play? It's pretty stiff. Okay. Then yeah, try heavier weight, but also too, if you're having problems with the reel, like is it backlashing a lot on you?
Well, the first couple of times it did, and then after I bring it in, it started backlashing on me. I don't know. That's why I said, what is in there?
Did you buy that? Did you just buy that one like out of a pawn shop or something?
Yeah.
It may be time just well. Let me see it too. The line. Yeah, you've got some backlash underneath too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to re-spool it.
Yeah, I mean we can do it with mono. Put some 40 on it, and that may be it. Like you got monofilament creates kinks, and especially if it's been sitting there a long time, it's got line memory. So yeah, respooling it with mono, I would try that first. If you're not used to stepping into the braid, I would try that first because going with the braid, it's excellent. Like I love it. Like I fished mono my whole life, and then one night I broke off and I started fishing with the braid. I instantly fell in love with it. But I've had people that had to kind of warm up to it. So right now, if you're still uncertain, then I would try the mono before you step to the braid. Between $10 to $15. I'd have to spool it up to see the line capacity and go from there and stuff like that. Okay. Did you want to leave it here? Because I've got one, two. Okay. Or not unless you don't mind waiting.
I don't have to do.
Okay.
I'll give her a rock.
Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you. Yes, sir. All right. What's up, Luciano? Yeah. Well, fluorocarbon too is another line that is, it's got great backbone. Like it's tough, it's strong, and that's excellent for offshore fishing kind of deal, and or using for leaders. Not just because what it offers, the fishermen on the fish that um, the fish can't see it or whatever, but for me, it's the backbone that it has, and it's really good. Now again, I wouldn't use it for casting though. The reason for it is because it has too much backbone, and I won't be able to get great distance out of it. But that and it's super expensive. I wouldn't use it for that. I know a few guys that do though. They use it for casting. They love it. But again, like my style of fishing may be different from theirs, and that's why it works for them, but it doesn't work for me. So, all right. All right, we're at 220 yards, a 50 right there. Sounds like it's raining outside. I got it hitting off my AC over here. So we're going to go with 80 pound on the top shot. And, yeah. All right, let's see. Any mussel, my go-to is a... And talking about that, John, I've used Andy Monster. I was using the 100-pound test, and we really proved that line is insanely strong because I put out, I want to say it was a 1 1/4, if not a 3-pound. I'll have to call my buddy Damon because he was there when it happened. And actually, a bunch of my old school members were out there with us when we brought it in, and the braid was cut halfway, like a clean notch into it. And I pulled that surf weight in for however far it was, all the way to the beach with the line cut, like here was the line like this, and it was complete right in half. And it pulled that weight. I was like, dude, I'm never using another mono again. Like for the cost that it is and what it offered, man, you couldn't beat that. So, yep. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. But yeah, I'll get these reels filled up, and then we'll go to our 25K giveaway prizes and start numbering those out for the prizes I do have in stock. I will create some letterheads for line cutters because their prizes are coming in probably a week or two. But every one of the 25 spots will get it. And I got to remind you guys, dang it slipped out. There's going to be multiple winners that win multiple prizes, and it's because the amount of effort they put into it. You got to remember that's what it goes off of. It's not going off of, okay, you only get one shot at winning kind of deal, and I'm going to choose 25 different winners. It's going to be how many times their name comes up on the pullout for the number selector, because I'm going to use the computer to do it this time just because I'm not filling out over 10,000 tickets. It's actually almost like 11,000 tickets because the amount of shares that got done in this. So I'm going to assign numbers for those groups of people, and that's how we're going to do it. That thunder? That is thunder. Ooh, we got a front coming in. Anybody know? It's already here. Is the temperature dropped? Out of the north? God, that's motivating. I'm like, time to go fishing. There you go. Nice.
You can fish the reels, see all they right.
Right. Yeah. Let's see.
Got the 15.
Okay, they're already all completed and everything?
That's what we're cutting.
Okay.
Marked it.
Okay. As soon as that's done, let me know. I've got. Yeah, but you're still cutting. So it's not completed. Like when it's completed in the tray, so I can walk out.
It's done, completed in the tray.
I just asked you, and you said you're still cutting.
No, I said we done cutting. He's cutting what was left.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me finish these, and then I'll hit the road with that. But yeah, I was having some problems with the 50-pound. It wouldn't let me splice. So I contacted Jeff because I pulled out my 50 and it's like yeah. It's weird. I've never seen this. Though. The what? Right. No, that's what the owner of Jerry Brown said that to me. But I'm not bashing the guy. He had some mental issues going on. His brain, he was losing his mind. What is it? Alzheimer's. So he was on that. He was already starting to cross. He was progressing. Yeah. So I have nothing but respect for him. But yeah, no, it just towards the end when he started, like, he forgot a conversation we had 2 weeks prior to that. And I was like, you told me. I said, and I'm pretty sure you have the printout, because how do you know I have a printout of my work? And I was like, you told me. like he thought I was like following him or spying on him or something like that. And yeah, it's just like, wow. And in order to just get my order done, I just said, oh, you know, I just placed my order. You know, I kind of, it was when they created the red, white, and blue line. It was my idea, and I wanted that line, you know, to be able to hold onto that line, because another company, Shark Bait, had the red braid, and he said that I had to go through them to buy the braid because that was kind of their idea to have that line. And I was like, okay, if they're going to do that, well, then I want, what would it cost? And he goes, well, it depends. What are you trying to do? And I told him, and he goes, I'm kind of upset. And I said, why is that? And he's like, well, I didn't think of that. He's like, everything he sends out, like a lot of these stickers were from, you know, getting braid that he would put a sticker on it with the flag. He's like, you know, he was mad at himself that he didn't think of it. And then a few weeks later, or when we were having that conversation, he goes, how about this? Because I know you're a small shop and you're just getting started and all of this. How about let me be able to sell it to everybody, and I'll give you 5% of whatever sales come out of it. I said, how about this? I don't want your money. I just want your product. So build me a in-store credit for however much it sells. I just want your product. And he goes, for real? I said, yeah. I said, that's what I'm going to use the money for anyways. Like, set it up that way. So we had an agreement, a verbal agreement, because obviously couldn't do nothing over the phone kind of deal. And I didn't think I needed to, you know, have it set up on paperwork kind of deal. But because he brought up how much Tackle Direct and Shark Bait and all these other companies, you know, the millions of yards of line they would buy per year. He goes, bro, he's like, you'll never have to buy braid again. I was like, hey, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm golden. Like, I don't mind working for mine, but you know, to give me, you know, a little bit. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, hey, I need to place a braid order. Can we use some of my credit? He's like, what credit? You don't have no credit here. And I started telling him about our conversation, and he, no impact, no idea. I was like, damn. And I was hurt. I was hurting at that time. I was like, oh, man, I can't afford to, you know, to buy it, but I need to buy it for the customer. Because even with the paying customer, I was not making a whole lot of money off of it. But that would have been a good helping hand if it had stayed true. Because then it would have been free braid, well, paid for braid by my idea. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let me see.
Those are the ones that don't come out right, the older back the weight bottom.
Yeah.
Those will be sold by the pound.
By the pound, $4 a pound, and you can mix them however you want and stuff. So, all right. So, hey Jeff, real quick, that the um, I'm waiting on. Here, let's see. All right. Sorry guys, I'm checking my text messages to check on this, but yeah, no. Like I said, guys, yes, it was a screwed up situation, but at the same time, you know, you've got to be understanding, because life hits you, and sometimes it's not where you want to be. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's definitely a test. You know what I mean? And to sit there and try to argue with somebody in that frame of mind is no better than, you know, arguing with somebody that's in a mental institution. It's the same boat, same caliber. So, let's see. You are putting those crates where they belong, getting rid of them bags, and just leaving it on there, right? Just asking. All right, let's see. All right. Ooh, I definitely need this. All right, here we go. Okay, those. Let's find the spot behind the counter over here. Let's try. I'm trying to clear that off too, because a lot of times when it's a staging point for when I got too much stuff here, I could put reels or something like that over there. But yeah, the only thing that's hers are the pans. Those pins are ours. Yeah. Remember, I had those from when I got all the gator spoons and stuff like that. So. I know the crazy that to me, my family. Yeah, no doubt. It's I took it with a grain of salt, but at the same time too, like I started noticing, that was happening and stuff like that. So I needed the product, so I couldn't sit there and make a big fuss because there was nobody to contact or to circumvent, the owner of the company kind of deal to get this done. Especially, it would be his call to make that happen or not make it happen. You know what I mean? So it was kind of, yeah, it was messed up, but oh well. You can't. We all get knocked down. We always see this pot of gold that could happen if it actually went through. I mean, all of us somehow, some way, some shape, have been in that situation where, man, if that deal had gone through, it would have been kind of a game changer, a life changer in your life or in whatever you were doing. And it falls through. I've been hit with that situation so many times, guys. And yes, it sucks. That's on consignment. So we can put, and actually, when we get a chance, if you, maybe later today, if you can strip it down because the mono's trash. There's no reason to have the mono on there.
All the way down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, go and strip it all the way. If it's all mono, strip it all the way down because otherwise it's going to sit there and warp out the spool. Um, but other than that, if it has braid, then you can leave the braid on there because if it's good, I mean, make a judgment call on it, and we'll go from there. So. All right. What's up, Oscar? How you doing, boss? I am sitting here trying to pull these reels, trying to hit the road because I've got multiple things I got to get done. Oh. Yeah, that tape's been on there a long time. But whoever did it, they did a decent job. They taped the spool and then taped the knot on top. So, yeah. But again, too, this is all that's old technology, basically. At the time when nobody had a way to attach the braid to the spool, it was the modern technology at the time. But since we got on the scene, we have definitely changed up the game, and we'll always be ready for that. All right, so we got the gold one now. What main line would you like?
That one. This one's out of. This is out of commission, right?
Yeah, that one's out of commission.
It'll be put the orange on the bottom, and then we go with the blue.
Okay, and then what color top shot would you like on that one? the pink, the orange, white. And actually, with that one too, you can go with 100-pound top shot. We got chartreuse. You like that one? Cool. There we go. All right, so that one got 273 yards on that last one. So, give me a second. What is that? I can't see the end. Plug it in and check it. I don't remember. I go through too many, but I don't want to throw away a good charger. All right, let's see. If weather permits, I'll be striper hybrid white fishing tonight and tomorrow night. Hit the lights off the docks and crush them. Oh man, that sounds like a good one. Yes, sir, John, you are right on that. Because originally, when I was learning about putting braid on a spool, that's the way I was taught, with braid and mono. But I did not. I was nowhere near the level of knowledge that I'm at now, especially when at that time, like I said, I was just getting into it, just starting to learn to use braid, how to use braid, and all of that. So that was one of the walls that I had to cross and learn to get to that. Once I got over it, then I learned the next wall, why we do what we're doing and stuff like that. But that was the thing that separated me from a lot of other guys. They were too, they were concerned with just catching fish and not concentrating on all the behind the scenes details that it took to get there, and then when I started changing up things like that of what I thought was wrong, or what I needed to change, or that I just had a feeling, or the voice inside me, hey, this ain't working, you need to change something else or do something else. And I heard something pretty motivating the other day. And it was on either a TikTok or a YouTube short, and it was talking about recognizing the inner voice inside you, and that it is, our Lord talking to us, but we either choose to listen to that inner voice or we don't. And that I've noticed that a lot of times when I don't listen to that inner voice, I get in trouble somehow, some way. And I was like, damn, I should have just listened. Like I heard myself, and we think. And there was a very specific portion of that deal that really caught my eye, is when that voice is talking to you, do you recognize it as your own voice, or do you recognize it as somebody else's voice? And if it's somebody else's voice, then that's the voice of the Lord. And if it's your voice, then it's you knowing better that don't do that, or exact. Yes, sir. Yeah. you know, and and at times when I'm sitting here and talking like this about the man upstairs who's watching over us and guides our life, I'm standing there, and I'll make these comments with people around me, but at the same time, if they choose to accept it, then it's awesome. If they choose not to accept it, well, then that's on them. I'm still going to keep doing it. So yeah. Yep. Damn. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to move this over some because that stickiness wasn't allowing the knot to slip. So, yes, sir. Says 42 watching and only 20 thumbs up. Yeah, I know, guys. The thumbs up is a serious problem for the channel. It's like A lot of guys like to watch it, but there's not too many that are giving us a thumbs up. Come on, help us out, guys. When you comment on the channel and or give a thumbs up, it really does help us get more mobility and more motion or traction through the YouTube algorithm. So if you definitely want to see more of us on the channels and stuff like that, definitely you got to be proactive. You got to give us a thumbs up and comment too, guys, because you just never know when a pop-off giveaway will happen. Like the other night, one of our sponsors, Shark.Eric, was on the channel. I was like, hey man, he's like, how many people you got here? Oh, okay. Well, okay, so this one's the MXL. So instead of a 50-yard backing, I'm gonna do a 100-yard backing. And then that way we can still get 300 yards at the middle, and then you'll get your 100-yard top shot over there. So, yeah. But yes. And I wish the channel, I mean, of everything it follows and tracks, it doesn't really track who has subscribed. Well, it used to tell me so and so subscribed to your channel and stuff like that. And I think I stopped worrying about that a long time ago. This is yours, and then doing this on top. Man, it's raining out there, and I hope it floods up in Mathis. Has anybody looked at the radar? No, let me check. Let me see. Yeah, let's check the radar real quick. Oh man, it's only in our area and it's gonna be over pretty soon. See if there's anything else. Get out of there. See if there's anything else behind it. Nope, it's literally just fishing in our or raining in our area. Oh no, there's other storms up here, but Mathis is right here. This is where we need the rain. Right in there. Well, it started up there and it rolled its way down here. So that's the front pushing through. Let's see. Why are you doing that? There you go. Yeah. Nope, they're not going to get much help. That sucks. Oh, man. Oh, let me get back on the channel so I can see y'all's comments. There we go. I'm just here to randomly ban some people. Right on, John. How's Monkey doing, boss? What are y'all going to do today for PE? Hmm. Okay, hold on real quick. All right, here, let's see. Mm. See, and there is something going on here, guys. I can see it right here. There's tight, and then there's loose, and then there's tight, and then there's loose. So there is something happening there. And I'm definitely going to get with Jeff on that. And yeah, you can see it. There's something there. And I don't know if it's maybe they're having a little bit, because he is going through the PMs of the machines that he's got. As you saw, he's breaking them down and cleaning them out and stuff like that. Maybe this is something that starts happening towards the end of that run of the oil being good in those machines or whatever it may be. So I don't know. It's something I'm gonna have to get with him to find out. Um, and also too, y'all heard him say that, when a customer brings an issue, he's able to backtrack it all the way to whatever machine it came off of and stuff like that to check it out in that sense. So, hey, boss, did you see the live video feed when I went up to talk with Tightline Braid?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw where he was talking about that with each customer, you can actually backtrack to the machine it came off of. So what I'd like to do before you leave is get that information, because I've obviously contacted him about that spool, but if we can find out, like maybe he can figure out why it's happening. I'm kind of just brainstorming here while I'm doing the splicing, because on this other one too, I kind of noticed as the braid's coming over it, it's not uniform. I see an area where it's kind of tight and then it's loose and then it's tight and then it's loose on this blue line. So definitely getting with him, because I know this is the stuff that he's looking for. Like, there's not anybody in the world that's going to dissect the braid as much as I am, and so for him to get this knowledge, I know he's definitely wanting it, so that way he can make sure to nip it in the butt before it gets any worse. Because I don't know if maybe that.
This is the one I received it pretty simple back. But all.
Yeah, I'll give you. I'll get. Yeah. We'll get that set up. I know he's that type of person that if we find something wrong, he wants to know. He's like me. I gotta have it so I can know what I gotta fix. So yeah. Yeah. And I'm thinking of casting the 3-way fly rod and. Oh, okay. For the cell line. And actually, do we have a on the paperwork? See where when I did the pricing for everything? See if I have just the cost for the flag itself. I don't.
It was the whole thing completed.
And how much do I have it down for?
Either 105 or 150.
All right, here we go, guys. Yep. Yeah. Well, that'll be cool. It's always good to get outdoors, catch a little break. That is, talk about a rejuvenation factor right there for sure. Have we ever thought of a hard life pet mascot? We got one already. Y'all didn't know we have a pet mascot in here? Hold on. Let me grab it. They didn't know we had a pet mascot. By itself, they want to make their own because they're out of parts. So I need to separate that pricing. Either or. Yeah, we got a pet. Wilson. We got Wilson here. We actually found him while we were going down beach. And yeah, he's a bit wear for tear kind of deal. But yeah, no, we've had Wilson for a long time. He's gone he's gone fishing with us. He's gone kayaking. He's rigged bait. He's um, been on rod watch. He's done all kinds of craziness. Okay, they do the water in the bucket to um, let's see. Okay. All right, Eric, you have a good one at work. Be safe, bro. We'll be here. I got one more Avid after this, and then I got a Shimano TLD 15 that I'm going to be spooling up with. And we're going to be rocking it. But yeah, today's been crazy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the warm water will um, kind of delete the line memory, is what it's doing. So that's why they'll do it like that. So by the time it comes off the spool and goes onto the reel, it should be um, returned to its normal position instead of remembering that it's on that spool. But also, too, just remember, don't use super hot water, because if you keep it hot that long, by the time it gets onto your reel, um, uh, it will remember your spool, and then that means it'll have tighter circles on there and stuff like that. So, but it also, they use water, not just warm water, but they'll use regular water to help act as a brake on the reel or on the line, so that as they're spooling on, they don't burn their fingers, but it gives it enough pressure to um, put some kind of drag on it. So by the time it goes on the reel, it's actually not super loose on the reel. I'm all off camera splicing over here. But that that would be sick. Yep. Large Mannery. Yep. Yeah, we have definitely crossed that bridge for sure. So, okay. see. Hold on real quick. I'm doing a few things over here at the same time. Yeah, so we have gone from the 50-pound backing to now we're doing the 100-pound top shot, and we're doing also the tight line braid and the 100-pound test, 12 strand. And we're at 397 yards. Actually, I could have got those 3 yards on there. Did not pay attention to that. I should have. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, what a day. I went brain dead there for a minute, guys. Sorry about that. Ooh, almost closed out my loop there. Trying to get this sorted real quick. And wondering thoughts on the Torium 30. The Torium, that is a Shimano Torium, isn't it? I want to say I have fished those reels when they first came out because we had some guys that had gotten them and they wanted us to try them out. And I want to say pretty nice, smooth, and all of that. Good casting, but I didn't like that they were made of plastic kind of deal. You know, I beat up reels pretty bad, and after a while, I saw how their reels were pretty gouged and stuff like that too. So. All right, boss, I'm on the last one. Yeah, that red really threw me for a loop. I still can't believe. I still can't believe that. Like I've been dealing with Thailand braid, you know, ever since we brought it in. I've never had an issue like that. So, I've been checking my phone to see if he's responded or whatever, but he hasn't yet. But I know when he gets to the shop between 10 and 11, like he's turning on the machines, doing all of the work he needs to get set up and stuff. So, all right. So for the red one, um, and remember we have this one too, and it's all 50 pounds. So
That's a rip. It's just a Leather though. That's the Raptor. The Raptor one.
Yeah. Oh, this will still work because remember we're putting the 80-pound top shot on it.
Put the. Go ahead and put this one on the bottom. Finish it up with
The inner core. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right, guys. So on this one is another SX Raptor, and we're at 397 yards of that. I could have gotten to 400, but I stopped because I saw it here, and I'm doing a few things over here. So, and then, all right, yeah. Vance is really cool people, man. Every time I've talked to the guy, he is so motivational, so just ready for the next level of growth. And he's with it, with the knowledge, and whether it's good or bad, he's going to tell you what it is. And he's like me, and I like that a lot because, I'd rather hear both the good and the bad of why what's being done or not being done than to, oh, well, we haven't, and if they haven't crossed that bridge, then I totally understand that because there's a lot of bridges I haven't crossed. But, every time we ask him a question, he's up front with it and stuff. And then too, the amount of knowledge, he's actually helping me cross some bridges that I've been trying to cross for a long time and haven't been able to. So it has been a great experience working with Vance, and I look forward to the amount of growth that we're gonna grow into and take it to the next level because I know he's ready, and and to meet somebody that things are going so well, but it's the amount of work that they're putting in. It's not just falling into his lap, guys. He is working for it. He's got ideas, ambitions, and everything else, and he's putting it into action. So that is really, really awesome. So I wish them the best of luck to keep smashing, breaking through records and all of this. And it's awesome. It is real motivating to see the amount of growth that they're doing and where they're at, and to see it, man. It's pretty awesome. So very, very cool. And yeah, I'm texting Vance right now in between doing what I'm doing on the channel and that. So mm. I got this last reel, boss, and then I'll get to yours. Hmm.
Hey, I don't know rod yard circle there.
The what?
I don't know rod yard.
Okay, for the distance casting competition, anywhere from 12 foot to 14 to 15 foot. Yeah. But all those reels are strictly designed for distance casting only, throwing a weight and line just for that. So mm. Mm.
Where do you want to?
Jeff, get on, get it. Yes, in the back freezer, yes. Wow. Wow. Mm. Mm-hmm.
And what kind of reel do you have on it?
All different kinds. The one I was using was a Abu Garcia that is, well, it's also got the high-speed bearings on it. It's been tweaked. It's not an out-of-the-box Abu Garcia kind of deal.
I had one, man. One time I was in the red dot.
Mm-hmm.
Here,
Yeah.
me and my brother, we all got there early in the morning. And I had night tackle, but I had an 8-foot kind of heavy medium
Mm-hmm.
on a Garcia.
Yeah.
It was a little one, man. And all I had to do was put a little 1 ounce weight on that sucker. Dude, I almost reached that boat that was out there. People got mad and shit. I even surprised myself with that cast that one that morning.
Yeah. No, they definitely out of the box. They've got a good casting on them and stuff like that. I used to use them when I was young, you know, on called Bob Hall Pier. But growing up, they were also too out of my price range kind of deal, you know, as a kid. But as I got older and started able to afford things, you know, with my own job and stuff like that, it definitely was a game changer. Huh?
I miss that beer.
You and me both, bro.
I missed that beer for a whole year every day, man.
What?
Every day I was unemployment when Reagan was president.
Uh-huh.
I was working oil field, man, and you get that extension again, and you keep giving the extension. I mean, I switched every day, bro. Every day I was out there in the morning. I go drop my wife off. I have my boy with me, 1 year boy. I take him with me out there every day. And then by the time I get finished fishing, I will be picking her up from work, taking her home.
Yeah.
Home. Every day, man.
Hey, talk about saving money and having great food to eat. Shoot, yeah.
My wife she worked at a pawn shop. I don't know if you remember that pawn shop downtown on Capt.Eric.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Damn, man, that sucks. Wow. Yeah, that's the biggest thing right there, man. Is
At least 10 grand, man. Drawing reels.
and back then, that's probably like 20K now.
I mean, she took my bait. There's more ride reels came out. Put them inside.
Uh,
And then my brother-in-law, well, he was the manager there, so he cut me a break and shit.
nice. There you go. There you go.
Like, oh well, they got me good. They put me on.
Hmm. Yeah, we
That really hurt
we hear about guys getting stole from over here, and what makes it worse is that it'll be one of the guys that is his friend, you know, and we know it was him because he was the only one that knew where that gear was because he's the only one to be to that. You know, it's like.
barbecue drinking at the house, man. So that was my fault letting people come in and watch what I had in the garage.
Yeah, but again, too, you know, we're proud of the things we've worked for and get there, and you know, and I mean, it's kind of like buying a big old house. So what are you gonna do? Hide it at the end of the block, you know, behind a whole bunch of trees? It's
They're gonna do the beer back, but I don't think that bar and grill should be up there, man.
Oh.
I liked it better when it was a big stand and you could get food to eat and stuff, take it out to the beer, my crowd and shit.
yeah. So with that, I liked the way they did the bar and grill there because there was times when, man, you needed a break from the pier, you know, be out there 4 or 5 days straight. So we go over there, we eat, we chill, just kind of, you know, get a charge up, and then we go back out to the pier and go after it again, you know. So sometimes it was cool to have it, you know what I mean? And well, but that was the thing too when they had it as just a store, you know, and the county was running it. You know, they didn't have nothing in there that was, it was all tourist trap, you know, fishing gear, you know. But when these guys came in, they're like, no, we want good gear. So they brought my gear in, and man, it was selling. It was selling like crazy. But then the county was like, well, no, y'all can't sell because it's the same gear. And it's like, no, it's not. You got, you know, tourist trap trash, you know, and this is custom gear, like two different worlds. Like you can buy your stuff at Walmart, you can't buy my stuff at Walmart, you know. And so, but they didn't want to argue with the county. But again, too, the county shouldn't have been in any way, shape, or form, you know, trying to compete with that kind of business when they're already charging people to get on the pier. Now you want to make more money on top, and you know, it's just like,
Back in the day, I think it was like $1 a rod.
yeah. Yep. Well, I've been through there where if you were a shark fisherman, you got on the pier for free. It didn't matter what kind of gear you had, that you got on the pier for free. And And the reason they did that is because they knew the shark fishermen were the ones who brought in the crowds. You know, we were bringing in the big fish. So they knew they would make their money back. And that was awesome for us because, you know, they knew we were also the guys that were being good custodians out there on the pier. Like we were teaching people, we were inviting people in. We weren't that old renegade crew that, hey, if you weren't shark fishing, like you didn't belong at the end of the pier kind of deal. And yeah.
I remember one time I got there like 5 in the morning, dude. I already walked in and paid to get in. And I walked maybe about 50 feet and I threw my cap net out.
Mm.
Man, I hit a school of Spanish mackerel, dude. I pulled that damn string. I started walking it backwards. I told my guy, hey man, get my reels, get the fuck out of here. Go back in the truck.
Uh-huh.
Why? Still can do it, man. Get all that shit, get it out
Uh-huh.
of here. I started dragging it all the way back to the truck. And I come get on the side of the gate, man. Grab it, rope. Start pulling it down the damn pier. Man, dude, I got down there to the pier. We got it. I man, I get my truck back up to hurry, dude. We got all this Spanish mackerel, we threw back in the truck. Shit, I hard ass and call like cut their tails off. Dude, I had a lot. If I would have got busted, I would have got busted big time. I was over the limit and shit.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, man, Spanish mackerel for about 3 days.
Yeah, no doubt, man. When the Spanish are in, and we've actually caught Spanish mackerel at night too. And
I love when they hit, man.
They
have a skilled leader.
well, have y'all heard of that tiger braid line? It's a microfilament coated cable, but it ties like monofilament. But you still need wire cutters to cut it though. Yeah, it's expensive. It, like 10 feet of it's like $12. Like it's up there, but it is worth every penny, man. You as long as you don't lose that section, you'll catch probably 400 or 500 mackerel on that one piece, you know. Okay, so this one is an MXJ. Yes, it is a 2-speed. It is a Raptor. Sorry, guys, I was kind of, you know, involved in the conversation over here. I didn't forget you were there. I just forgot y'all need that information. Yes, MXJ Raptor. So this one is a 2-speed. And I started out with the 12 strand of the tightline braid, 50-pound test, but now I've moved up to, or this portion is the 50-pound and the reaction tackle. Okay, hold on real quick. Is Albert? Yeah. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's have a great
All right. Bye. See, I don't understand this. The VA sends you a text to confirm. You confirm there, and then you they call you back to confirm again, and then you'll get an email and you confirm. It's like, how many times do I got to confirm this appointment? Like, come on, give me a break, guys. So, all right. So most of the top shots on all the reels is right at 100 yards. Or actually, on the SX, sorry, it's 80 yards. On the MXL, it'll be 100 yards. This MXJ, we're about to find out. So, it's yours. And, okay, what color top shot did you want on this one then? 80 pound.
It was was it the blue? Or with that
Well, I do have blue. We got blue, red, orange, pink, and white.
I got the blue.
Blue? Okay. Out there with wet roads and still trying to do all of that. I don't get it. Right? Let's see. We'll say you don't belong on the pier. Like, yeah, no, John, I've been there where guys try to say, hey, man, you can't go past this part. I said, why? And they go, because we cleaned it. I'm like, okay, I didn't know y'all were janitors out here. Well, we cleaned it and it's for us. I'm like, I'm still gonna fish it. Like they had a rope, they had tarps, and I walked right through it. I was like, I'm sorry, I paid just like you did to be on the pier. And I was only gonna put a few rods, but when they started talking to me like that, I put everything there. I was like, I'm gonna fish right here on purpose just because I'm sorry. Like, you know, if there was a special way to pay extra to block off a section of the pier, then I can understand that. But no, you paid just as much as I did, just because you know whatever mess that was cleaned up before me. You know, you want to try to block everybody else out? No, sorry, not gonna happen. Especially when there's plenty of room for a lot more rods to get in there and stuff. Yeah. I also found out a while ago too that some guys were there on the end of the pier charging people to come onto the end of the pier, and like they didn't know any better, so they paid it. And I'm like, what? And they go, yeah, you don't no, hell no, they stole that money from you. Like, what the hell? Yeah. They looked at me like, what? You're not, no, those guys are just taking advantage of the unsuspecting angler. You know, stuff like that really, really angered me because, you know, they're just being bullies, you know?
To get these serviced, what's the turnaround?
About 2 weeks. Yeah. And that's usually because it takes a week to get there, or about a week for them to work it out. Okay, say 3 weeks. Yeah, and a week to come back to you. So 3 weeks. Yes.
How'd that golden feel, all right?
The reel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't feel anything that would have stopped me. If it did, I would have stopped. Like, yeah. Nothing really alarmed me, I guess. If that's the word you're looking for, yeah. Yeah, bluegrass. That was one of the things I ran into when I was up on the East Coast. If you said you were shark fishing, um, they would kick you off the pier. They didn't want you shark fishing on their piers because you they treated it like you were creating the shark and releasing it right there on the beach on the pier or whatever. I'm like, bro, saltwater, like they exist here. So yeah.
How many of them pups when you cut that one shark?
I want to say it was 8 or 9. Yeah, it was 8 or 9. Yeah, a lot of people when I released that video didn't understand. Like they were automatically assuming that I went out there to intend to kill that shark, and I really wasn't given a choice. Like it you know, as soon as it came to the surface, the captain put a couple of rounds into it and it was done. So. Those are for offshore rigs. Those are really expensive. We keep them stowed. Hang those behind me on those pegs that are right there. Yeah. Yeah, I only use those when they want me to build their offshore rigs for big trolling lures. Yeah. What's up, For Life? Yes, sir. Yep, I've been turning and burning over here, reel after reel. Oh man, that blue looks beautiful on this reel. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, actually, put him back over there, please. Wilson's got a crown. All right, so 362. You know, I'll make it 365 just so it's a rounder number, I guess. There you go. So you're at 365 yards of this on this one. Yeah, let's see. Hey, Sharkotic, be on live chat with you soon. John, I will have to see with him because he does work. He does have a business that he runs during the day. I believe he was talking about he wanted to join up with us on our giveaway today, tonight. So we'll see what's going on there. Um, but yeah, as soon as I get done with the spooling of the reels, I'm going to go into tagging the prizes for tonight's giveaway because we are finally doing our 25,000 subscriber mark giveaway. And yeah, I do got to get on the phone here in a bit too and make a phone call because we're supposed to be confirming another grand prize. Kind of preoccupado with this. Goes that. And actually, I put a piece of tape on here to keep your line kind of. Oh, it does. It looks very nice. Very, very nice. That. And
So, you, oh, yeah.
all right, give me a second, guys. I gotta run some numbers over here. You already got your red spool?
No, it's
25 for each. And then, cost with my spool is right onto there. And each you got 80 yards, each you got 100 yards. Up. So 21 times, what is it, 360? Yeah. And whatever else he's got. Fine. The final reel, and then I'll move over here. But man, yeah, so this reel looks so familiar. Only because I say that because every time I backlash, my line would hit the spool right there, and it made notches in it. This reel looks very familiar. And you just bought this reel from pawn shop or something? I don't. I was saying it looks familiar because when I would backlash with the braid, I started creating notches up here from the backlashing, and I seen that. I was like, wow, that looks familiar. I'm wondering if it was one of my old reels that I had, from a long time ago. So, but we'll find out here in a minute. If it has 50-pound Power Pro underneath this monofilament, if I take it all the way down and I see that knot, more than likely I can confirm that way. That will be insane because I haven't seen that reel in over 10 years. So, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let me zoom out a little bit. Come on. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Yo, and started my lunch break. Found the that's just wrap pipe while doing the waterline pipe is delicious. Oh, wow. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of excited, man, to see if this is. Oh, 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 oh. Can't have that. Oop. I slowed down too much. It was not long after that that they started limiting shark fishing on New York. Wow. Okay, hold on. I'm missing that. Hold on. A few piers on NC would allow that. Tiger 1 year in Yukon Pier in Oakland Island and Cherry Grove. And yeah, I remember those stories, but I didn't know it was because of that they started blocking shark fishing. Wow. Hey, boss, it was a pleasure meeting you. Bro.
Keep watching y'all. Man, God bless you all.
God bless you too, bro. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. All right, there we go. Okay, definitely not mine because mine would have already hit braid. But again, too, they could have just somebody could have changed out and just got rid of the braid because it's been over 10 years. I don't think they would have left it there that long. So yeah, yeah, definitely not my knot because look, the knot literally just right off. Yep. Glad to find it here rather than on a fish. Yes, yes, yes. That's actually why I bought them was for.
No, I found it on there.
No. Originally, I bought a whole bunch of those for the trout and flounders because I couldn't find a smaller one, so I went the next size up. So.
I know the last ones you have were the 40-pounders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I said, I found the smaller ones, but yeah. Now go and have them use those up. And actually, those I've actually put on a double drop and threw a 10-ounce weight and it held it. So they're strong. All right, we are doing mono on this one, correct? All right. See, I know I got 40 because I saw it the other day. Give me a second. Yep. Right. All right, guys. So on this one, we're gonna go ahead and put 40-pound monofilament on and get him set up. And actually, this is the size of reel that I fought that big tarpon on. If y'all remember my story on that one, I was going for redfish, slot reds, and I had it over here on the right side of Bob Hall Pier, and I had it maybe 10 feet out from the corner, maybe, maybe 10 foot. And it was on a 3-way redfish rig, and I had a stainless steel 10-aught circle hook, because this is before I started my tackle shop, but I was already using that leader. And then I looked over and I could see a tarpon like through the handrails coming out of the water. Like you can see his head like right there at the bottom, like the bottom handrail portion, the slots. Because back then they had the big gaps. They didn't have that extra board there. And the head came up and I was like, tarpon. And I just took out running. I didn't know whose it was, but I wanted to see it. And as soon as it went like that, the rod was like on the rail like this and it went like this. And then went like it was crazy because it was bowed over like this when the tarpon fell. And when the tarpon took like this, it was still bowed over, but it was like this. It was crazy. So yeah, he was gone. If you look down the pier, you can see the different, I guess the U's in the breaks on the waves coming in. You have spots in between them. He was about the 8th or 9th one out past the pier, and you could still see him jumping. I was like, man, this thing is not getting off the hook. So, yeah. But yeah, I ended up pulling it to the pier in an hour and 35 minutes. But it was on this reel, and yeah, but that was back when I had it spooled with it was 15 or 20-pound monofilament. So, and actually, I still got some of that mono here. It's on a spool somewhere. I still have some of that mono. So. Yes. What? Oh, somebody looking to buy one or what? Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do for bait or what?
Alligator gar? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, my biggest so far is 6'7". Caught that at Lake Mathis.
You talking to that?
Huh?
You talking to that?
No, shoot, that's a federal crime right there.
Where was that you gave?
Carp.
Oh, that's a grass carp, man.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I do that out there. He ain't coming back.
All right, here we go, guys. So I'm spooling this for 40-pound mono, and we're gonna get it going. But yeah, it definitely was giving me chills. You sure right on that, Don. I was sitting there, I was kind of hoping to see some braid under here. If it would have been 50-pound yellow Power Pro, yeah, I would have known it was my reel because I actually, and that's how I learned about Power Pros too, that they don't sit on the spool very well. And I'll get through this spooling and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, I used it for tarpon fishing after that. It was after that big old fight that I was like, man, this reel needs more line. So I went with 50-pound Power Pro. And I was like, man, I'm going to overload this. Like, why not? Well, that was a big mistake. So. What was that? Carp? Yeah, it's for alligator gar. Hmm. The what? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, they don't. The reason why they didn't make power handles for these because they're a graphite reel, and they were actually blowing up the reels. Yeah, they tried it with the Shimano the TLD 25s, and they were having that problem with it. Yeah. All right, so you're at 310 yards of 40. So back to my story. So I filled it up to there, and I was like, man, I have a ton of line on there. I was like, you know what? I got all this space because we used to with monofilament on our pin reels. We used to fill up that bevel there and still overfill it this way. So we got a lot more line that way. So I thought I could do that with the solid braid, and it looked pretty once I stopped. But when I got to the pier, the line had like moved, and even though it was tight, it started. It was like PVCs. Once you move one, they all collapsed, and it collapsed, and all the braid fell into the side of the spool here, and I'm having to cut off hundreds of yards of line, and I was mad. So I learned there never take solid braid over the bevel. So yeah, that was crazy. Oh, don't feel bad about learning names, boss. I'm in that exact same boat. I do not remember names to save my life. So, all right. Here you go, boss. I'm glad you remembered that because I always tell everybody to remove them before bringing them up here because they. One time I decided to clean this up and I had like 30 of them sitting here. I'm like, I don't even know who they are. Like, because hey, I left. And it's like, yeah, go grab. Like, I don't know who. You're at 14 dollars. Oh, those are the blanks. Yeah, that's wrong. Okay, so with the blank, 75 pounds. What we do is we put on the scale.